The world God only knows is a harem anime I've neglected until now. It's kinda niche and not so popular compared to the other more flashy action ecchi shonen out there, and yet, now that I've given it a try, I feel rather disappointed with me that I haven't considered it as a priority. This might be one of the most original execution of a standard dating scene concept I've ever seen.
Do we have to go through every one of these?
We have no way of knowing which choice will change our destiny.
The main character is a god with no real powers or divine attributes beside his obsession with video games and the partnership with a weird, cute-looking, mysterious lady from the sky.
Elle, could you help make sure that Kayla doesn't walk into any cars?
Yes, will do, Mother.
Yeah, the show already sounds like something worth a try, and yet for some reason the anime hasn't received the praise and success it deserves. Maybe because it lacks in action, it has a rather unorthodox approach to the genre. This anime is mostly about character development and comedy rather than action or even fan service.
Divine Brother, you need to be careful or you'll get hit by a car. So!
Now for me to enjoy a harem, I don't need pointless battles every episode, therefore I did enjoy myself right from the beginning. The art style is kinda old school, and girls have bigger eyes than the classic anime standard, which is very big, and they kinda look too cute for their own good. The main character is a mastermind of some sort. He's not particularly skilled at schoolwork. When it comes to dating sims, he seems to have conquered them all.
I'm giving 100% to both things. I pay rapt attention in class, and I'm producing excellent results.
No virtual girl stands a chance against him, and for this very reason, he was chosen by the heavens to collect loose souls, which reside in the heart of various attractive girls from his school. Now, isn't this a premise worthy of a deity? Not to mention the protagonist is also getting a pretty girl as a companion on his journey of romancing many females around him.
It'll be fine! Here comes a loose soul!
What also kind of surprised me is that Katsuragi is actually kissing his partners. Usually in a harem anime, the protagonist is stuck holding hands or awkwardly picking under the skirt of his girls. Here, however, we actually see him get some real-time action with some succulent ladies. Well, I mean, damn, this is kind of fun, and I gotta admit, I am really enjoying myself when I see Katsuragi develop various strategies to deal with the girls in his surroundings. He has plenty of experience when it comes to dating girls online, due to his video games exploits.
It appears that we've reached the turning point.
Huh?
I can see the ending.
When it comes to real-life women, he was the first scared and completely unprepared to play the womanizer role outside of a virtual reality.
Don't you understand? I've never even done so much as hold hands with a real-life girl!
Imagine his shock when he found out he was chosen to be the god of romance, the god of romantic conquest.
This can make her fall in love with you!
This kind of cringe, and yet it feels unique and refreshing to have the introvert pervert nerd be the stud who gets to romance a bunch of beautiful girls from his school. Despite his charming personality, Katsuragi looks more like an antihero than a kind-hearted terminal protagonist of the shonen genre. He kind of reminds me of the Lucian Peluche from Code Geass, being a mastermind in his domain and all, not to mention his physique and overall physical appearance.
You signed a contract with a demon, don't you know?
A demon?
You received the contract.
Medium height, average, and yet popular. Sounds like a harem came for me. Despite his obsession with virtual dating sims, I can really relate to his lifestyle. Katsuragi prioritizes his games rather than the world around him, despite all the beautiful girls who's around him, and are charmed by his looks and personality.
You're telling me to conquer a real girl?
Well, just a little kiss will suffice.
This is exactly how I was in high school, popular with all the hot models from my class, and focused on my Xbox 360. At that time, I had girls beg me for sex in the school halls. The memories. Anyhow, as I mentioned before, no more holding hands, kiss only once you get married bullshit with this harem. The main character gets to taste their flavor, a few well-planned encounters. He's very cunning and experienced in finding out what makes the girls around him interested and insecure, and he's using that very information to score. Katsuragi makes them feel comfortable and secure by dealing with their obstacles and frustrations. Standard dating sim stuff. But it is kind of refreshing to have the main character be teleported to another world to enjoy an adventure filled with beautiful girls and mythical entities.
I'm a demon sent from hell. I'm a part of the Loose Souls team who's here to get back Loose Souls.
Speaking of which, we have both in this trusted companion, Lucia. She's the girl who came from the sky and bestowed divine powers on our protagonist. Lucia reminds me a bit of Aqua from Konosuba. She also wears that thing around her neck, which is more or less a symbol of a deity. Lucia is the definition of a moe character. She's so cute and innocent, but determined and brave in her quest. She is voiced perfectly in the dub version. I do very much appreciate the energy she brings to the screen.
I'm just sure that she'll fall in love with you.
Such a fun, gorgeous looking girl is bound to awaken some sort of arousement in our protagonist. Sadly, he seems immune to her cuteness and charm, therefore Lucia has to play an archetype to get into his graces. The little sister complex seems to be right up her alley.
Didn't you say that you were the god of conquest? Maybe you could do the same thing in real life that you do with the girls in games.
And after only a few more scenarios, she managed to nail the archetype. At first Katsuragi was reluctant to accept her, but after a few scenes together, he had to admit her appeal as a younger sister.
So in other words, I just have to be a good little sister. Yeah!
She's obviously not blood related with him, but even there she tries to change that fact by taking some of his blood into her system.
We don't have the same blood running through our veins!
I like her commitment and cheerful manner she's approaching her duties and personal ideas. Alice is the heart and soul of the anime, and her childish approach to life is a welcome contrast to the mean and calculated attitude of the main character. They work well with each other, and the relationship evolves throughout the series. I like how once Katsuragi did a reversal on her, how he plans to confess his feelings, and Lucia took it to heart and flustered with emotion and embarrassment and denial.
Divine One! I'm supposed to work with you as a buddy! So, I don't know!
She's obviously in love with the harem king. However, at school she's officially his half-younger sister. Yeah, there's also this funny scene when Lucia follows the protagonist home and presents herself to be his illegitimate sister to his mother.
I'm your husband's illegitimate daughter!
Basically, she told Miss Katsuragi that her husband has been unfaithful and made another child or overseas. This was a tragic but funny moment. I mean, the dude has done nothing wrong. But gig is up, and Lucia managed to snuck herself into the private life of our protagonist.
Don't worry, my doves. I'll take good care of you as a single but still attractive mother.
Hold it right there!
I like how Lucia is the slideshow character. They keep on drawing whenever changing scenes. It makes for a more personalized art style, interesting display of the animation. Also, Mari Katsuragi, the mother of the main character, used to be in a biker gang. It was a fun little thing to see her come back to her tough exterior, once she has been deceived into believing she was betrayed.
I should have known you were two-timer! Going overseas tomorrow for work again, are you?
Before I talk about the girls from the harem, I have to mention the awesome goth teacher Katsuragi has in the history class. Yuri Nakaido has been a rather episodic character, yet I noticed her feminine appeal and accessories she wears on her wrist. It's so cool to have a film teacher who still dresses like a rebellious teenager.
Video game, Katsuragi? Why don't you tell me what could be more fun than my class?
On the subject of accessories, I also have to address the cute and yet kinda gothic skull accessory Lucia has on her head. It's so cool that in anime the main characters have a strong connection to the dark side, demon realm, even if they are deities from the sky. My favorite girl from the harem is Mio Aoyama. She's a rich girl archetype with a clever spin on her character. She's introduced as stuck-up and full of herself, buying all the bread and having her driver do all her chores. She definitely looks like a rich girl. She's blonde with pigtails and also is rather short.
Enough Enough of your squawking! If you don't like it, get rich like me.
Reminds me of the mean lolly from Mike and Key. She was also rich, full of herself, and really jealous. She did not have the juicy, bouncy balls or the other bimbos from the school enjoyed. Yes, very pretty, and it is trend why she thinks highly of herself. However, it turns out she is rather poor. All the money she spent for bread was her 4 months' allowance. All the money she had for food, she wasted to maintain her status and illusion of wealth and power. I like her determination to keep her facade despite her financial struggles. She wants to make her father proud and keep on living her expensive lifestyle. But this predicament does not make her happy. She's rather angry most of the time. Katsuragi manages to cheer her up, and she even smiles like any girl of her age as she's about to whip him into submission. The illusion of power and violence make her laugh a bit. Yes, indeed, my kind of woman. Unfortunately, she forgets all about the main character after their kiss, which is a shame, because I would have liked to see more of their relationship flourish in the following episodes.
I've never used change before. I can't tell which coin is which.
I give the award God only knows a well-earned 8.4 out of 10. This is an amazing harem anime, and I strongly recommend it to any fan of the genre.